Gumball saw her because he was like, "Hey, Penny," or "Love you, Penny," and trying to cover it, saying that love her painting. But we here now going back to a new Amazing World of Gumball review. If you missed the last one, go and check it out. And this is another good episode, and it starts with Gumball opening his locker and this stain coming out covered with toilet paper. But apparently, it is Principal Brown, and his hair is saved off. And Miss Simeon is wondering of who is responsible for this. I mean, he did fall out of Gumball's locker, and they're having to find out who the suspect was. And everybody is thinking that it's Gumball that did it, but obviously it isn't him. And of course, we get some funny joke too that that you have to love. But the first suspect is Penny because of her pom poms that are all covered. Yeah, Gumball is interrogating his girlfriend, his own love interest, and he thinks he knows how she did it. And I just love the way Gumball puts it though. And look at his picture in the yearbook photo. Yeah, that's I don't think that's really a good picture for a yearbook. And explaining exactly what she did, like beating him unconscious with her pom-poms and then saving off the hair and then stuffing him in the locker. But no, the real story was her finishing a portrait and some of the paint that was still wet that ended up on her pom-poms. And of course Gumball saw her because he was like, "Hey, Penny," or "Love you, Penny," and trying to cover it, saying that love her painting. But then we get Rocky, which saying of how his hair fell off and he was pulling it off of Principal Brown and putting him in the locker, and explaining the mark on his hand, which is from chemicals, so it's not him. And then we see toilet paper on Darwin's foot and thinking that it's him, which he said it was, but it's not him because he had the toilet paper on him all day, which he didn't even notice. And then Miss Simeon comes and believes that it was Gumball, which everybody starts chasing him, and a very crazy chase segment, which ends up knocking Principal Brown out of a window, and yeah, the school bus ends up running on him. And then we see Robert, yeah, I think it's Bobbert, how you pronounce it. He was switched off, but he said that he saw everything, which Gumball tells everybody that he's got the proof, which, yeah, we see from what happened before with the suspects that we saw, and Principal Brown getting knocked out by the door and ending up in Penny's painting, and then in the chemicals, getting hair off of his face and rolling down with more toilet paper into Gumball's locker. But as they zoom in, they see that Miss Simeon was the one that opened the door, which of course, obviously, she deletes the evidence to show Principal Brown, which then she gets hit with the door by Principal Brown, and she ends up out the window, and the ambulance is about to run over her, but while backing up. So yeah, it was Miss Simeon the whole time. That was the one that managed to knock him into the locker, because Gumball's locker was somehow opened, or maybe which clearly she may have not have opened the locker though, but still though, a really good episode. I always love these interrogation episodes, trying to figure out who is the culprit. Always my favorite kind of trend in TV shows. Yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Get to the next one.